Alright, what's going on, guys? So, coming back here today. Today we're going to be looking at a couple more magazines that I picked up and we're going to try. So, went to the gun store. Actually, I was in my hometown and went to one of their stores that I know the guy that runs it. And saw a couple brands, or I saw one brand that I know of and one brand I do not know anything about. Let's talk about the brand I don't know anything about. This is a Thril 5.56 AR platform magazine. As you can see, let me get made in the USA. They call it the PMX AR30 and 5.56 by 45. So it's a 30 round magazine with, it's polymer. A couple cool things about this magazine. It does have an anti-tilt follower. Anti-tilt follower. Nice and red so you know when you're not loaded. These grooves right here, like the P-mags, really help you grab onto it. From what I've seen, it's like this is going to be a first impression, so I haven't actually shot with it yet. But the grooves really give it a good feel. And it's got some grooving down here. Something I saw and I felt on this magazine that I have not felt on any other magazine so far, including the P-mags. And comment if there's another one that does it. This bottom plate is a shock absorbing rubber. Now, I was like, that's a great idea. That's cool. That's smart. Until I got to thinking, that's going to wear down more than likely with use. So we're going to see. I'm going to put this through its paces and see if that rubber pad wears down like I think it will. Overall, that's a really cool function that it actually has a rubber pad to get some of the shock from falling straight down. So let's see here. Get a couple cartridges. I always like to do this. Really easy to load so far. And it doesn't look like those feed lips really bend that much. They do have some give, but overall that felt really good. Let's take those out. Empty magazine. Let's see how she goes in. Of course, let's go ahead and... She's empty. See how she loads. Locks into place. Pretty good. Has a little jiggle to it, but I mean, pretty much all of them have a little jiggle. Let's see. Closes. Let's see if it locks back. Yep. Locks back like a champ. Let's see. Comes right out. Alright. That feels pretty good. Now, I paid $15.99 for it. It's a pretty good price on it. Like I said, I've never heard of the brand, but it's an American-made brand. It seems pretty durable. So that's it. Throw that down there. Let's talk about this one, because I bought two of these for $25, so that means they're about $12.50 a piece. These SDS Import magazines. It does have an anti-tilt follower. This one's in this like smoked gray, so you can actually see the spring in it. You can see it kind of right. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. I think this will be an okay magazine to keep in the bag. The more I felt of it, the more I was like, the base plate's really clunky. Like, it's got a chunk to it. Slick. I probably have to add some kind of texturing to it. All it's got is these little raised, almost diamond pattern, and then on the back it has some finger grooves, but that's it. I bought these because they're cheap. But if you're looking at these being cheap, they're only $3 less than this Thril magazine and only $4 less than PMag. But it's still got everything that a magazine should have. 30 rounds, has an anti-tilt follower. But here's something that worries me when I was playing around with it. When I loaded, and I loaded all the way up, I loaded all the way down with 20 rounds, so I guess it's 30, but I loaded it with 20 because that's what I had in a box. Check this out. See if you can see that flex. There's a lot of flex in that. And it's all the way down. The plastic's just really thin. So that tells me that those feed lips may crack. But we'll see. Like I said, first impressions, with it being a little bit malleable, I could be completely wrong, and it actually takes a lot of like good bit of beating. But again, it kind of feels clunky overall. But we'll see what. So again, we're still empty. I actually slid in pretty slick. That's not always a good thing though. All right, let's see. Yeah, it has a good bit of jiggle to it, but I mean it's locking in. Bolt goes forward. Bolt stayed back. So that's pretty good. I mean, it does everything a magazine's supposed to. It just feels, which I never grab my magazine like that and push it back. I'm out here with it. But I was gonna say that feels actually nice. It feels, I mean, it locks in. It does have a little bit more wiggle room and jiggle than I like, but I mean, if it shoots good at the range, that's pretty good. I mean, you can see the amount of movement it has compared to this Thril magazine. But it's still not bad. Do have a loaded PMag. Let me grab it. Now, of course, we're not gonna push the bolt forward or anything, but I just want to see how much this movement has. That is surprising. That has more movement than the Thril magazine has. And it has almost the same movement that this SDS Imports magazine has. So what I'm going to have to do is bring these to the range and see how they perform, because now that I'm seeing it has that much movement and the PMag has almost the same amount of movement, that takes one of my big complaints away. Because, I mean, the PMag, all PMags run fine. So, I mean, that may not be a problem now that I've noticed that. But overall, this one, it's a magazine. I think it'll run fine. Nothing special about it. This one, I'm really excited to try, just the Thril, what was it called then? PMX AR30. I'm really excited to try this one because I've never seen this brand. And from what I've seen, they make a good bit of magazines for different guns on their website. And they make different colors. I stick with just black. But they do make different colors, which is also really, really cool. It seems like it's going to be an awesome mag. And it's cheaper than a PMag. And to me, it kind of offers a little bit more. My biggest worry is that bottom plate wearing out from continuous use. But we'll see how that works. That's it for the magazines. So we will have another video coming up. If you notice, there's some different things going on with the whole witch doctor. Talk about this thing. I'm really excited about having it. I zeroed it a few weeks ago when I first got it. And I love it. But we're going to talk about it. This bad guy will probably change out soon to something a little bit more. I really love this optic, and it came with a gun, but I really like it. But I really want something shake to wake. But we'll see how that goes. But we'll have another video coming up talking about that. But overall, like I said, the SDS magazine and the Thril magazine, bring them to the range. I'll put some rounds through them. We'll see how they perform, and we'll come back and actually do a full review on them. But for first impressions, I mean, they both look pretty good. The Thril magazine, I'm pretty excited to try it. Alright, well, you know what to do. If you like the video, hit the like, subscribe, comment what you want to see. If you haven't, please share it with a friend who might be interested. Until then, I'll catch you next time.